we are back, and we just finished watching 2021's Nightbooks, currently streaming on Netflix with a runtime of 1 hour and 43 minutes. This is rated PG TV or TV PG. Sorry, I think I got that big.
TV 14, I thought it was.
Or TV 14. Well, that's what Netflix says, but IMDb says TV PG.
Okay. Yeah, I could see it. Either way. It's not gory or violent.
It's not gory or violent. There are some jump scares. There are some, what would you call it?
Bit of gross out humor, or not humor, gross out
situations.
Stuff, like gooey stuff.
And also peril. I guess that's the other.
Little kids are threatened throughout this movie, sometimes with just being turned into dolls, sometimes being attacked by weird spider creatures, or being, the threat of being devoured.
Spider-looking baby creatures with just claws, I guess.
The shredder
coming
creatures.
out of its back.
Mm-hmm. Little tentacles.
This was directed by David Yarovesky with writing credits to Mikki Daughtry and Tobias Iaconis, I guess. And this is based on a book by J.A. White. I've never heard of this book before, but it seems like very much like in the vein of those Goosebumps. Yeah. I'm going to go around the room and get impressions. Olive G, what did you think of this movie?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, what'd you like about it?
The CG was good.
The CG was
like with those little monster things.
The little
shredders.
And also like the plants.
Well, plants. Lenore, because she wasn't.
The cat was not real.
In some scenes
it was. In some scenes it was, but in some scenes it wasn't. And in those scenes that it wasn't, it was very obvious that it wasn't real. Yeah. What else? Did you have a favorite character, Olive G?
I like the cat.
You like Lenore? Okay.
I want a cat like Lenore.
No, we're done with cats. After this cat's gone, we're done. I've had enough. Yeah.
I don't care about your personal opinions, Mom.
Did you have a favorite scene in this movie? Was it when you covered your face, or?
My favorite scene was when Lenore was first introduced, how he attacked the kid. I cackled.
You did cackle.
I think we latched onto that little kid's face.
So much.
Gigi, what did you think of this film?
It's not for my age group.
It's not for your age group. It's probably
I tapped out. Actually, I was kind of like half watching the movie for a little bit of it, and then I actually focused on it until they started eating candy really gross, and then I held my phone up because I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, the candy eating scene was one of those gross out there. Like, that was the most disgusting looking candy I've ever seen in my life.
It was like that black licorice candy.
It was just like cream puffs and
gross squelching noises.
Yeah, squelching noises, and the kids were just like mesmerized. Their eyes looked like gumdrops and
gross.
Very gooey, splurting. It was gross.
I guess you didn't have a favorite scene or character.
Yeah.
You don't like the witch?
She was well done. I did say though. I mean, we should say that Sam Raimi is an executive producer on this, and there had a Sam Raimi feel to it for sure.
The candy on the witch was good.
The candy.
You mean the young witch or the old hag?
I'm assuming she meant the old hag.
No, you. When you asked me my favorite.
I was asking you about Natasha. Did you like the young witch?
Oh, Natasha was pretty.
She was pretty. Although I'm not a big fan of that actress.
She wasn't my favorite character. I didn't have one. I didn't really care.
No. All right, fair enough.
She's not my favorite witch.
No, I'm sure there are better witches out there.
This is a witch from a kids movie. So.
Yeah.
So. I mean, as far as witches in kids movies go, she wasn't goofy.
No.
None of the.
Yeah, she was about to kill them like multiple.
Yeah,
times.
She was very menacing and gonna kill these kids. There's nothing goofy about this movie.
No.
It's played straight up as like a
Kids horror.
mild. I'll just say kids horror or mild horror film. The kids are in danger. They're in a weird situation. There's creepy stuff that happens. Yeah.
Did you have a favorite scene in it?
Me? I didn't really know. I didn't really have any favorite scenes.
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay.
What could have made it better?
Like
I mean, I think it's hard because
it's hard for as an adult to say because this movie isn't really targeted at me at all. I mean, I could like it for what it is. I could enjoy it because one out of my two daughters seem to enjoy it quite a bit. But as far as it being like for adults, I mean, it's not Hereditary, you know.
No. No.
It's not really geared towards me. I'm looking for something when I'm looking at a horror movie. I'm looking for something a bit more bloody or scary or something like that.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's hard because this particular story is definitely targeted for a certain age range, and you have to also think of what they can handle. I mean, if I was going to put a time stamp on this, I would say I would even go as far as 10 and up. Although the disclaimer said TV 14.
I mean, there's going to be parents out there who are not going to who are going to think, "Oh, this is too much for my kid."
Right.
For us, it was like
Very
right
mild.
on the mark for Olive.
Right.
She's going to be 10, and it just nailed it for her age group. In my eyes, anyway.
Yeah,
it's a little bit too kiddie for
older kid.
For G, she's a bit old. She's older,
but younger kid definitely.
She's in her teens now, so she needs something. She needs something a bit gorier, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I think again. I think the age range is definitely a deciding factor here, right? Because you want to make it so that it's scary, but not too scary. This is like the perfect going into Halloween. Like if you're having a birthday party or a sleepover, this is like the perfect movie to enjoy with your very young friends.
Yeah, like for us when we were kids, this would be sort of like in the line of like Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Yes. Why doesn't that stream anywhere?
I don't know. It's not even on Disney Plus, I don't think. And it's
Was
a Disney movie.
Is it a Disney movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
They should have it. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, they have the stupid Black Cauldron. Why don't they have something with? Are you sure? I don't think it's Disney.
Maybe there was some problematic stuff in there that we don't remember as kids or never registered with us. But looking back, it's like Jesus, they were so racist.
I saw that in the movie, and I couldn't tell you a damn thing about it. I know Jonathan Pryce is in it. Jason Robards was the other guy.
I think so. It was like a haunted carnival that came to town, and like the ringmaster or the carnival master was like Satan, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And then I don't remember who the young boy was at all. He was
one of those young boy actors
who never amounted to anything because I don't think
was he the kid from the Never-Ending Story?
I don't think so.
I don't know. He probably had a bullhead haircut.
No, I don't think so because this was like a period thing, so they didn't have those stupid haircuts.
It wasn't a period piece.
Wasn't it like in the 1800s or like 1900s?
No.
Are you
sure? It took
sure?
place in modern times. Well, modern for us, which was like the 80s when it came out.
Are you sure?
It was not a period piece.
Not like a period piece, but like I thought it was like
took place in like when we were kids, the same time period. It wasn't like they were going back to like the 40s or something.
Oh, I thought it was okay.
At least I don't remember that way. We're talking about a different movie now.
Yes, now we're talking about a different movie. But Jonathan Pryce dressed like he was in a different time frame. No?
That's because he was the carnival barker. He had to dress up like a weirdo. Yeah. The wide brim hat. Plus, he was Satan. Satan's not gonna be wearing like hammer pants and
How do you know?
I don't know.
Satan could be anyone.
I thought
he could be our
what's his
mailman.
name?
Right on our doorstep. My dad.
I'm not Satan.
You could be Satan, though.
What about
Now,
Reaper?
now that-
Remember the race? He was a sharp Satan. Peter Stormare and Constantine. He's a sharp dressed Satan.
Yeah, sharp dressed, not dressed in some sort of clownish
Are
80s
you
style.
talking about that guy from Constantine?
Yeah, I love that guy. He's my favorite Satan.
Maybe he's a good Satan, but his hair is so
Greasy. And,
greasy,
Yeah.
oily.
No, I don't think
well, I mean, he is
Satan.
the devil.
Yeah, he's like dripping petroleum.
Dripping oil from his feet.
Feet, yeah.
I thought it was blood the first time I saw it, but then I saw what
blood.
blood actually looked like.
Anyway,
Anyway,
once again, we're
let's-
talking about other movies rather than this one.
Because this
Which-
one was so boring that
It
it's not
wasn't
worth
boring.
talking
I mean,
wasn't
I think
boring.
it was fine. I mean, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't for an older crowd. It was definitely
It
for
was
the
definitely
littles.
for kids. I think they hit the mark as far as making.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in that age
a
range, I
scary,
would be like,
a scary movie for kids.
yes. And I think
Yeah.
this worked on many levels.
Yeah, and I think you had two kid actors who did a good job.
Really good job. Really, really good job. I was impressed with both of them.
Yeah, both kids did a great job.
The little side stories were interesting.
Well,
The way
his little tales.
Yeah.
Yeah, they presented him like it was a school play. Almost.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Cheap sets.
Yeah. But I think it worked. I thought it was interesting the way they did that part of the story. And decent, I feel like decent production values.
Oh yeah, they had some good set pieces and special effects and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say maybe the dodgiest effect was when the cat would do strange things. You could tell it was a CG cat. But the witch looked good. It was that was like one of the things you could see was Raimi's involvement. It was a practical effect. When the big bad witch appeared, I was kind of wondering if it would look like Grandma from Evil Dead 2.
Yes.
Raimi's brother.
Dressed
in some latex suit, suffering.
because that's
I
what
wanted
Sam
it to
does.
be the old woman from Drag Me to Hell.
That would have been
Or
amazing.
she
damn
was
it.
reminiscent of that.
She was
that
very
old lady,
reminiscent of
yeah.
that, but it wasn't her. I looked at
Wasn't
the
her.
IMDb page.
Vomit shooting out,
Candy vomit, no
candy
less.
vomit, and like the whole camera shooting through the woods thing.
Yes,
There was
when
that.
the thing
when
comes
the
chasing.
unicorn was coming. Yeah.
Yes, I didn't want to give it away, but since you've mentioned it,
I think they showed that in the trailer.
Do they?
black-
Okay.
the black-
what do you think? Scale of 1 to 10. What would you give this?
I'd probably give this like a 6.5 or a 7.
I too would give it a 6.5. I think production wise, I think the story moved really, really well. I didn't get bored or bogged down. Definitely not for me. I agree with you. I think we're looking at different types of horror at a certain age. So we've seen, I mean, we grew up with The Exorcist. So, I mean, that's probably like the litmus, right, for horror. But
I
To
said it
you.
before. I said it again. I laughed hysterically when
when Reagan
when-
throws
yeah,
up on
Reagan
the
pukes on
Father
Father
Karras.
Father Karras.
Ah,
Could not like that.
I was so traumatized by that movie for years.
Solid like 5 minutes of just laughter and chuckling after that.
You're
And
ridiculous.
like,
Um,
it was like David Price's head in The Omen. That makes me laugh so hard.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think story wise, I think it's solid. I think
Story was good. Yeah.
I think the effects, the set design, the actors, the young actors were really, really good. Sometimes it's hard to get good young actors. I think the little boy that plays Alex and the girl who plays Yasmin do a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
Very believable, very good. I mean, as far as projecting fear,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
And just really keeping up with each other. And on the whole, I guess I never felt like either one of them was phoning it in or not really committed to their part. I think they both did a really just phenomenally well job for both of them.
And Krysten Ritter does a decent job
She
too.
does a decent job. Again, she's not my favorite actress, but she was okay in this.
Yeah,
She didn't
this,
annoy me.
I think this character played to her strengths.
Strengths,
or
for sure.
At least her strengths as far as stuff that I've seen her do in a sort of more comedic vein. I'm not that she was funny, but generally when she plays stuff in a more comedic vein, she's like sort of like a mean character.
Right.
And this was like that.
Yeah. G, 1 to 10.
I give all movies that I don't really care about a 5.
All right, so you're gonna give this one a 5?
Yep.
Okay.
Average.
What about you, Olive G? 1 to 10. What would you give this one?
Yeah.
An 8.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah,
This
movie
film
was
was made for you.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I was between 10 and 14, this would be right in my wheelhouse. Although Kid 1 is between 10 and 14 and just did not give a crap about this.
Like I said, she's my daughter, and she needs a certain level of violence and gratuitous
Gore.
mutilation and horror.
All right, fair enough. Any parting thoughts, or we're gonna wrap this one up?
Nah, let's wrap it up.
All right. So if
Short and
you are
sweet.
looking for some kind of scary but not too much Halloween, going into Halloween kind of fun, this might be a good bet. It's rated TV 14. There is no cursing. There is peril. There is
I think
jump scares.
I think the little notification was violence and fear.
Violence and fear. So yeah, fear and peril.
Yeah, the kids
Yeah.
are in danger.
Yes, but yes, no cursing, no gratuitous gore, or
Nobody's getting mutilated.
no one's getting
limbs
mutilated.
chopped off or-
Yeah. Everything really wicked, I guess, happens off screen, and the ending sort of left it open for possibly a part 2.
Yeah, as all good horror films should.
Should,
where
yes.
there's always, the hand appears.
All right, well, that's it from us, and we will bid you all a good night. Good night.
Night.
Good night.